Well, hey, everyone, I want to welcome you to our conference call. My name is Rick Hager. I am dialing in here from my home in Las Vegas, Nevada, and I'm very excited to be able to share with you on this call some information that I think could prove to be very valuable to you if you are entrepreneurial in spirit, if you are currently looking for a way to generate an extra income or maybe a significant income, and you have an interest in being involved in a business of your own. What we're going to do is we're going to talk about some strategic things, specifically around timing and trends, and we're going to talk specifically about a company called Visi and how that company is positioned to grow like crazy over the next handful of years, and how you, by being here, could really participate in that growth, how you could benefit from that growth. And so I'm very excited that you're here and looking forward to sharing this information. I would encourage you to take some notes, and I would get back with the person who shared this information with you after you've heard it to get your questions answered, get more information, complete your due diligence, and then take the next steps to get involved, because there's not a moment to waste. And so with that being said, let's go ahead and jump right into our call. The first thing that I want to do is share with you an important concept before we begin our discussion. And this is a concept that I learned out of a book called Innovation and Entrepreneurship by Peter Drucker. He's one of the top management and business consulting experts in the world. And in this book, Innovation and Entrepreneurship, he talks about the fact that growth is what magnifies and multiplies effort. Growth magnifies and multiplies efforts. And what he means by that is that if you're going to work hard, you want to make sure that you're working hard in a growth environment. You want to be involved in something that has the potential to grow rapidly, and that growth will help to magnify and multiply your effort, as opposed to working hard in an arena where there is no growth. For example, today, if you were a great salesperson and you decided that you wanted to sell vinyl records, even if you were the greatest salesperson or business person in the world, how well would you do if your product was within the industry of music and you were selling or marketing vinyl records? You probably wouldn't do very well, because that marketplace has dried up and is gone. There's not much marketplace left other than maybe collectors for that particular type of product. The industry, there's no growth within that particular segment of the industry. Another way that I can explain this is to share with you kind of what I saw in 2007, 2008. I have a real estate background. Before becoming an entrepreneur and working primarily from home, I worked in the real estate business in New York and in the state of Nevada. And what we found was that in Nevada, prior to 2007, like 2006, 2005, and the years previous to that, we had an incredible real estate market. The property values were skyrocketing. People could buy a home and it would go up in value tremendously within a year or two or three. I experienced this myself as I built property, and people that were brand new in real estate who'd never really done much of anything could go out and make money, because there were so many people buying properties and building properties, and people that had great levels of skill that really had built a business in real estate were making lots of money, some of them $1 million, $2 million a year, because the marketplace was growing like crazy. It was so incredible. But when we went into 2007, 2008, when the whole economy began to collapse, specifically and especially the housing market, those people with those skill sets began to struggle. Even the people that were really, really good, that had built huge clientele, they began to struggle and have a lot of difficulty because no one was buying or selling property anymore. And so you see this concept, growth magnifies and multiplies your effort. If you're in an environment where there's a lot of growth happening, you can become successful. If you're in an environment where it's dead end and there is no growth happening, you can struggle and it can become very difficult for you. So now with that as the platform, as the foundation being laid, knowing that we want to be in a growth environment because that helps to magnify and multiply our efforts, I want to take a look at some of the markets out there and share with you my thoughts on some of these emerging growth markets where over the next handful of years, they're going to grow like crazy. And we can put ourselves into these markets that are about to grow like crazy. And if we build a business inside of those markets, we have the potential to do incredibly well. And so I want to talk to you about health and wellness and anti-aging and weight management, because these are giant markets. they're expanding, they're growing, and there's no end in sight for them. And I truly believe that if you understand these markets and where they are today and where they're going into the future and why, you can get involved in this type of business. And this is why Visi is doing so well. You can get involved in this type of business and you can really do incredibly well. So let's ask the question first and foremost. What are the reasons that we have these type of growth markets? Why is it that we have these type of markets? If we look at, for example, the nutritional industry, nutritional supplements, vitamins and minerals, GNC supplements, things that you can go and buy that you can take on a daily basis to give your body what it needs to function properly, the supplement industry. In the United States alone, it's about a $60 billion a year industry. Many, many times that if you look at the global market, and it's predicted to grow to over $100 billion in the next 5, 6, 7 years. So the nutritional supplement industry is a giant industry. It's growing. There's no end in sight for it. When you add to that the skincare industry, skincare right now is $121 billion globally, and it's projected to grow to over $155 billion globally in just the next few years. When you combine these two industries, nutrition, anti-aging, skincare, you're looking at, in the next few years, $250 billion a year industry. Now, we're not even segmenting that and beginning to talk about weight loss, which is hundreds of billions of dollars a year, and all the other little segments that spin off from that. We're only talking supplements and skincare products. And we're talking about, in the next few years, $250 billion a year industry. So if we understand that, and by the way, it doesn't take a genius to look around us. Everything that we see on TV is talking about getting healthier. When we go to the store, we see stores rebranding their stores to make things look more organic and healthier. Why is that? There's a couple of different reasons that I'd like to share with you. First of all, we have an aging population. There's a demographic in our population called the baby boomers. These are people born between 1946 and 1964, and they make up the bulk of our population. And these people born between 1946 and 1964 are moving into those ages now where they're beginning to get concerned about their health. They're middle age and moving beyond middle age, and so they're looking for things that they can do to take control of their health, to have a better level of health. So that huge market, and by the way, that segment of our population has shaped almost every trend since the 1950s, okay? They are becoming more in tune with health and wellness. So we do have an aging population. That is one of the drivers as to why these industries are growing and expanding the way that they are when we talk about nutrition and skincare. People want to feel better. They want to look younger. They want to protect themselves. In addition to that, we have a failing healthcare system. Look, folks, if you've been awake at all in the last few years, we know that we have a healthcare system that's spinning out of control. The costs are getting ridiculous. No matter what they do, it doesn't seem to fix the problem. It's more tedious and hard work to just even go to see a doctor today. You're sitting in the waiting room for an hour or 2 hours, and half the time they can't even figure out what's wrong. The system is overburdened and overtaxed. And so we do have a failing healthcare system, and that's driving people to want to look for healthier solutions to take care of themselves better from a natural standpoint. And in addition to that, there's a lot of new information that's coming out onto the marketplace. We're seeing a lot of new information about different types of foods and different types of supplements and ingredients that can help us from a health standpoint. So these are things that are driving these industries. When we look at the aging population and we look at the failing healthcare system and we look at the new information and how people are wanting to live a healthier life and to take care of themselves, it's no wonder that the nutritional industry is growing by billions and billions and billions of dollars. As people get older, they want to stay looking healthy. They want to stay looking good. It's no wonder the skincare industry is $120 billion going to $150 billion in the next handful of years. $250 billion in revenue between these two components. And so in the next 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years, I really believe that if you can lock arms with a company that is an innovative company that is committed to research and products in these areas, in these markets, and you focus on that, and you take it seriously, and you pay attention, and you're willing to work hard, in the next few years, I truly believe you can build an enormous business and become incredibly successful. Successful beyond your wildest imagination, because going back to what we said when we opened up this phone call, growth is what magnifies and multiplies effort. We want to be in a growth market, and there is absolute proof and evidence all around us that health and wellness and anti-aging and weight loss and healthier living and athletic performance, building our immune system, all these different things are growing markets, and they're growing like crazy, and there's no end in sight because of the drivers that we've talked about. Now, with that being said, let me share with you a couple points about Visi as a company and the Visi product line so that you can understand why we are excited about this company. When you look at the Visi product line, first of all, Visi is a 4-year-old company based outside of Salt Lake City, Utah. We've got a management team with over 100 years of combined experience in this type of business, and the products that we are bringing into the marketplace are very innovative products for whole body vitality, which fits exactly what we've just been talking about. We've got products that help you to have more energy. We've got products that help you to sleep better at night. We've got products to help with weight management. We've got products to build up your immune system, products for athletic performance, products to help your skin look healthier and younger. And so the product line fits the growing trends perfectly, but what's unique about the product line is that we utilize ingredients, we utilize trademark technologies and proprietary formulations that no other companies are really using in the way that we're using or at all. For example, we have an ingredient that we were the first company to introduce to the marketplace called the Arctic cloudberry. This is a superfruit that grows wild in Scandinavia. It is super loaded with nutrients. It's rich in vitamins and minerals, trace minerals, amino acids, omega oils, antioxidants, phytonutrients. It's antiviral and antimicrobial. And we brought this fruit to the marketplace 4 years ago, and we've been building a following and educating the market about the powerful health benefits, the medicinal, nutritional, and anti-aging benefits of the Arctic cloudberry. We're the only company talking about that, and we are branding that as one of our main ingredients that we're bringing into the marketplace. And so we're very excited about that. We've also are championing an ingredient called enzyme hydrolyzed collagen, which is critical because of the effects that it has on the body. You know, the body needs protein. If we don't have protein, then we begin to fall apart at some point because protein breaks down to amino acids, which are the building blocks of who we are. And so we have in our enzyme hydrolyzed collagen the most absorbable protein known in the marketplace. Plus, because it's collagen, it helps to replenish the collagen matrix in the body. Collagen is one of the most abundant nutrients in your body. It is in all of your skin, your joints, your muscle tissue, your muscle fibers. It's the glue that holds you together. And we have a pharmacological grade, cold processed enzyme hydrolyzed collagen that is the most absorbable you will find in the world. And when people use it, they get incredible results. In fact, when you combine it with the Arctic cloudberry, there's a synergistic effect, and we've actually trademarked that blend, and we call it our AC2 blend or our AC2 technology. And you can't find that in any other product anywhere in the world, and we have it here at Visi. In addition to that, we are focusing on another ingredient called glutathione. Glutathione is the master molecule in the human body. It's supposed to be in every one of your cells, and your body uses it. Glutathione helps to build up your immune system. It helps to detoxify your cells. It helps to push back inflammation. There are studies that show that when your glutathione levels are low, you are really susceptible to degenerative disease and premature aging. But when your glutathione levels are high, you are usually healthy and well because it is the molecule in your body that really focuses on protecting you and building your immune system. Glutathione is critical. Unfortunately, you can't get it through your diet that well, and supplements are not absorbable, and we are focusing in that particular area with a product that has a patented, clinically proven glutathione that absolutely positively works, and in September, we're going to actually take that to a whole nother level with something that we're going to be bringing into the marketplace. When it comes to skincare, remember I talked about skincare being $121 billion a year right now, growing to $155 billion in the next 2 years. We've got a skincare product right now that contains the Arctic cloudberry and the enzyme hydrolyzed collagen, better known as AC2, and it nourishes your skin and helps to put the collagen back into your skin and under your skin. And there's no other product like it in the world, and we're taking that to another level in July by adding a new ingredient that is clinically proven, patented, backed by 2 clinical trials to help with fine lines, wrinkles, redness, and youthful appearance of your skin. So Visi is an innovative company. We use no artificial flavors, no artificial colors, no artificial sweeteners. Our products are non-GMO, and they are gluten-free, and so we are very excited about this clean, healthy product line that's designed to give your body what it needs in order to function properly, and we take incredible natural ingredients and the best information that we have based on science, and we're constantly pushing the envelope with respect to that. That's why Visi, because we've now got a 4-year track record of producing incredible testimonials with people in our product, and over the course of the next 4, 5, 6, 7 years, as these industries explode and as more and more people are looking for solutions, we will be right there with these innovative, powerful products. And folks, even if we can get a tiny, tiny, tiny piece of a percentage of any of these markets, of course, we can become a $300, $400, $500 million a year company, even $1 billion plus a year company. And do you know what it would be like if you could be one of the pioneers in a company that grows like that? That's how you become successful. Okay? So we've got some really exciting things happening in the trends, and the marketplace is driving exactly what it is that we're doing. And I want to conclude by sharing with you one more piece with respect to timing. Every company has its own life cycle that's very important. There are a lot of companies in the health and wellness, anti-aging space. But the question is, where are they in their own life cycle within that space? See, we've got these growing, expanding markets, but we've also got companies in those markets that have been around forever that are not exciting and new. Every company has its own life cycle. Now, Visi, if you look at where we are, we're at the perfect place in our life cycle. There's 4 stages of growth in any company. The first is formulation, or foundation sometimes it can be referred to. And in formulation and foundation, it's usually the first 1, 2, 3, 4 years a company is looking to organize itself. It's building its internal corporate team. That takes a long time to be able to get that done. It's making sure that their software systems run, that the shipping operation runs effectively and efficiently. It's building its brand out. So it takes a few years really to get your bearings, okay? And during that time, the products go into the market, people start using them, the company will pick up customers, the company will pick up distributors, and people will begin telling the story of how the products are impacting them and how they're making money. And that will attract more people. And those people will get results and tell the story, and that will attract yet more people. And a company will then go from formulation or foundation, which is the first stage of growth, into the second stage of growth, which is concentration. And this is where the stories are getting told about the products. People are talking to people. It's the best form of advertising, word of mouth. And more people start coming in and getting involved. More people get on the products. More people become distributors. More people are getting results with the products. More people are making money. And then what begins to happen is that this growing group of people begins to circulate around this company until it reaches a tipping point, like a powder keg getting ready to go off. And then there's so many people getting results on the product, so many people that are making money, where the company crosses that tipping point and goes into the third stage of growth, which is called critical mass or momentum. And this is when the company just erupts and becomes popularized. In the next 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 years, the company's growth is almost vertical. It's everywhere. You begin to hear about the company everywhere you look. The magazines are picking it up. The news is picking it up. People are talking about it. And the growth is just crazy. And it lasts for 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 years. And then a company will, after a period of time, become popularized. Everybody's heard the story. Everybody knows about it now. So growth begins to slow down. And they will still grow into this last stage, which is called stability, that they've become, over the last 8, 9, 10 years now, a stable company that everybody respects and knows about, and they're a big company. And so you go from formulation to concentration to momentum into stability. The key for you is you want to find a company that hasn't gone through its momentum yet. You want to be there on the ground floor in formulation or concentration before the momentum period takes shape. If you can be there before momentum or early enough in momentum, a lot of that growth, remember, growth magnifies and multiplies efforts, can be at your back, and you can have an incredible run with your business. So when you have the ability to line all of these trends and all of this timing up, with the aging population, people becoming more interested in health, these expanding markets in health and beauty and nutrition, and then you look at the company Visi, where we are in our life cycle, all the components are in place for dramatic success over the next 5, 6, 7 years. Now, I've been doing this, and I've been involved in this type of business for about the last 23 years of my life. I have seen on a number of occasions these components line up for companies, and I've seen those companies explode to $3 and $4 and $500 million in business and $1 billion in business. I've seen this happen again and again and again and again. And the people that were there in the beginning that embraced it and went to work made millions and millions and millions of dollars. Some healthy part-time incomes, others full-time career incomes, but many, many, many millionaires are created. It's understanding the magic of the moment. It's understanding that special moment in time when all of the trends and variables are lining up and you're there and knowing that and rolling up the sleeves and going to work and taking advantage of it. And so our hope and our mission is that the message that I'm sharing with you will resonate. We hope that you will understand the timing components of this and that you will make a decision to pursue this further and ultimately join us so that we can help you to take advantage of all of the timing, the trends, and everything as well, and be a part of this remarkable company. You know, Visi's mission is to help people lead their very best lives. It's to help people lead their best lives physically with the product line that we're bringing to the market, helping people with the products. It's to help them financially with the business model that we have, and also to help them personally because we have a community of people that really does care about relationships and helping other people to rise to their full potential. And if you feel like you could line up with that, we would love to have you as a part of our community. So I would encourage you, get back with the person who invited you to hear this message. They can answer any questions you might have and show you what the next steps are. It is a magic moment. It is a special moment in time. We do believe this company is going to become a remarkable special company, and you now know about it before the masses, and we hope you'll take advantage of that information. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your schedule to be here. We look forward to speaking with you here real soon, and we hope you'll join us in helping others to lead their very best lives. Have a great afternoon or evening.